Welcome back to Game Galaxy, and today I'm going to share with you what is my favorite Mario game of all time. Mario has been a gaming icon for quite some time, and he's had many different games to cover a multitude of different genres. From his days in Donkey Kong to his current escapades on Wii U, there's one game that outshines them all and is above the rest for me, and that is Super Mario Land 2, 6 golden coins for Game Boy. This game was released here in North America on November 2nd, 1992, and was one of the largest games to date with a size of 4 megabits. Obviously, being on the original Game Boy, the graphics are grayscale black and white. However, if you play this on a Game Boy Color or Game Boy Advance SP like I do, the system's put in color palettes for the game, and that's what you're seeing here. Just like the Super Game Boy did on the SNES. I absolutely love that feature. This is the very first game to feature Wario, and he's immediately up to no good. He's taken over Mario's castle and placed a magical seal on the door that can only be undone by collecting 6 golden coins. Each coin is being guarded by Wario's henchmen who reside in each of the 6 zones. The 6 different zones each have their own unique theme in typical Mario fashion. However, I love the imagination and different flavor these zones are from what we usually see in a Mario game. We also get a brand new power-up exclusive to this game, the carrot. The carrot transforms Mario into Bunny Mario. This power allows you to flap your bunny ears and slow your descent, which really helps ease some platforming obstacles. The best power-up is probably still the Fire Flower, and it's very useful in this game. Let's take a look now at each of the 6 zones. Tree Zone features a forest locale and enemies that consists of giant ants, bees, and birds. The boss here is a giant bird. Next is Mario Zone, which kinda has a toy theme going for it. There's a level where the floors are made of Legos. The boss here are the 3 little pigs. Each pig has their own jump pattern, and you can either choose to jump on them conventionally, or if you have the fireball power-up, just blast them away. Turtle Zone is the underwater type levels that features a sunken marine, sharks, and other aquatic fun. The boss here is an octopus. Next is Pumpkin Zone, and this is probably one of my favorite zones of the game because this is so different and unique from what we usually see in a Mario game, particularly the enemies. These enemies are the most diverse and unique that I've seen in a Mario title. Take a look at some of these enemies in Pumpkin Zone. Look at this, there's a walking Jason Voorhees mask with a knife stuck in its face. That's just awesome. And many enemies featured in Pumpkin Zone are actually monsters from Japanese folklore. This guy is called Hitosume Kozo, which roughly translates as one-eyed boy or one-eyed priest boy. Fitting name, I'd say. These show up in many children's stories and are usually mischievous yet humorous, and as opposed to being scary and malevolent. Usually they just like to scare people for thrills. These one-eyed umbrellas are called Kasa Obake, or Umbrella Goblin. The legend here is that it'll float into your room while you're sleeping and stare at you with its one eye and haunt you in your dreams. Yikes. These floating fireballs are usually created by Japanese spirits to help light their way. All in all, these enemies are really cool, and I always love this Dracula guy here at the end. That's all it took? The Belmonts should consult Mario sometime. Next is the Macro Zone, where everything is huge. This is a staple of the Mario series and not anything that we haven't seen before, but it's still enjoyable. The boss here is an ugly sewer rat. Finally, Space Zone. I love Space Zone so much. The music is so good here. Gravity is lessened so Mario can jump higher and longer. This stage can be pretty tough with dodging all the stars, similar to Balloon Trip in Balloon Fight. This for me is the hardest boss, and his name is Tatanga. Here's my advice on how to beat him. If you go in and rush him, he'll crush you with his weapons from a spacecraft. But if you wait and play the cautious approach, his initial attacks will not reach you if you stay far left. Let him come to you. You can see I still take a hit in this fight, but you can see the hands-off approach is the way to go when facing him. There's also a multitude of secret levels that can be accessed by different exits in different worlds, similar to Super Mario World. After you have all 6 coins, it's time to enter your own castle and take it back from Wario. He's really messed up your castle and turned it into a death trap. The overall game is pretty easygoing and not that difficult, but Space Zone and this last castle will put your Mario skills to the test. The key to surviving this castle is not to rush and have patience. This is something that's hard for me to remember because I'm so used to running full speed as if it's Super Mario World. When you face Wario, he will try every last resort and power up to stop you, but Mario ain't no punk, and you'll crush him. After you reclaim your castle, the game is won. I tell you, I have played and beaten this game countless times, and it never gets old. I still remember my very first experience with it was a cold winter where my friend had let me borrow his Game Boy Color for a few weeks, and I was just curled up, you know, trying to stay warm from a brutal Chicago winter and just enjoying that game, and I loved it. And the music is so memorable and will get stuck in your head. It's essentially the levels have the same melody, just the variation and arrangement of it changes depending on what level it is. So, guys, that is my favorite Mario game of all time. Have you guys played it? Do you guys love it? Do you share my enthusiasm with this? If you haven't played it, you can grab this actually from the Nintendo 3DS digital store. So definitely do that if you haven't tried it. But that's my favorite game and I love it. Guys, what is your favorite Mario game? Let me know. Tell me what it is and why. And I want to thank you again for watching, and I will see you again.